Welcome back, everybody. This is the Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus podcast show. This is show number 36. Show number 37. Show number 37. That's right. Show number 37. And it's entitled Pushback. That's right. It's entitled Pushback. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. B. I am your host for the Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus podcast show. And we are moving right along to our next show, which is show number 37, by the way. And we're going to discuss one major topic which came up a few days ago when I was a part of a special panel on racism. And the theme came back to me again and again. I felt like I have to do a show on this, and that's the reason why I entitled this show Pushback. And I know you're wondering, what do I mean by pushback? So stay tuned in just a second as I get to our theme, pushback. First, I want to thank all our sponsors. I want to thank Podbean for providing us the platform to present all our podcast shows. We are moving on to another level, and I also want to thank Podbean for changing their platform and making it more streamlined. I see the new changes that are occurring this late summer on the Podbean platform, and now they're streamlining all of our major tools. So thank you, Podbean, for hosting the Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus podcast show. I also want to thank Google Play. I want to thank iTunes, Apple Podcasts for showcasing us. Oh my gosh, we have an opportunity also to team up with other podcasters. Thank you for sharing the iTunes platform with the platform called Audrey, where other podcasters team up, and I'm looking to team up with other podcasters who have similar shows as this show, as the Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus podcast show. So thank you, iTunes, and the platform Audrey. I also want to thank Spotify. I want to thank YouTube. And of course, I want to thank ABC Clio that published my book, Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus, Understanding Empowerment and Solutions for College Students in 2018. It's going strong still in 2020. And I think I covered majority of our... Oh, I also want to thank iHeartRadio for continuing to showcase our podcast shows. So here we are, getting back to our topic for this show, entitled Pushback. So what do I mean by pushback? We're 3 minutes and 31 seconds into the show. What do I mean by pushback? Well, as a professor in academia for over 30-some years, it's very, very fascinating that once you establish yourself in academia and doing your teaching, doing your research, doing your service for various universities that you are employed by, and I'm not going to mention all the different universities that I've been employed by throughout the years, throughout the decades. But there's this recurring theme. There's this recurring theme when, as an African American professor, you get connected and hired by various institutions. And I tend to be a creative type of individual and appreciate the opportunities, truly do appreciate the opportunities from every institution, every university, mainstream, as well as HBCUs. However, this recurring theme of pushback has happened at each and every place. And what I mean by pushback is once you get established at your institution, and as a professor, you establish your priorities, you fulfill your obligations of teaching, research, and service, and then you try out something new. You want to expand your expertise, whether it's teaching new classes, developing a new program, developing a new research project, something that is truly creative. And guess what happens? Many times, you get pushback. That's right, I said you get pushback from doing these creative endeavors. It has happened to me time and time again throughout my professional, I'll just say academic career. For example, I tend to, like I said, this podcast show is based upon my latest book, Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus. And I tend to write academic books throughout my career. Started with my first academic book, Urban African American Healthcare, in 1991. And so I've been fortunate to write, I think it's 8 books over my academic career, and actually writing another book right now, but 8 academic books. And every time I tended to create and prepare to showcase my new endeavor, creative endeavor of a academic book. Some, I'm not going to say many, some my colleagues at different universities and places I've been and current places, I get kind of pushback or surprised of this creative endeavor of publishing a book, writing complete manuscript, getting it published. Various, again, books that I've written based upon my fieldwork, based upon my research, based upon my interests, based upon trying to solve an issue in real life. I've been fortunate to publish books on alternative medicine, African American alternative medicine, on topics of overweight and obesity in African American population, on multiracial Americans, on the cultural history, the cultural rights movement, on as well as I'm going through my list, Black American Body Beautiful, and again a couple of other books that you get these ideals, and of course my book that I use in my lecture classes all the time, Medical Anthropology and African American Health, based upon my own fieldwork in different states as an anthropologist. So I tend to get pushback in that area of creativity. Here's another practical example, and those are academic endeavors of research. Now, what about in programming? Now, I've just been, I have to say this, when I came here at this university, some 15 years ago, I got settled in on my teaching, research, and service. So I felt like, okay, it's time to take my teaching and develop a program. So I developed this. This is a prime example. Wanted to develop a new program utilizing the technology, online technology, and transition my lecture class, face-to-face class, to online. And the classes were African American Health, Ethnic Health and Health Disparities, Global Public Health. Those 3 classes in I'm a joint appointed in Department of Public Health. And then once I did that, I immediately thought I need to develop a special program, a certificate program. So that's the reason why I created the Ethnic and Rural Health Disparities Graduate Certificate online program, and conceived it and developed it back in 2007. And then, of course, have to implement it and put it in the system of a university system and organize it, write it up, do all the specifications, all the requirements of developing a certificate program at this institution. Well, it's so fascinating that once I got it all together and added another class, Capstone Experience in Ethnic Health and Health Disparities, and presented to my peers in the curriculum committee, graduate curriculum committee, I was surprised the type of pushback that I received in trying to develop an innovative program that fulfills the needs for our graduate student professionals. It's focused on the major issues in this area of health disparities, rural health disparities, and train the next generation of experts that can truly address these issues that are affecting our population, and hopefully make an impact on the high rates of unfortunate diseases, death that is occurring in this part of the country. So that was my intention, to get this program in the system. However, I got a lot of pushback from the administration here. I was surprised, but I persisted. And they said, we're not ready for it. So I came back again for the next meeting with more support from my individuals who are supportive of the program. And eventually it was approved. And then it is in full operation in 2010. So now, 10 years later, we're celebrating the 10th anniversary of my Ethnic and Rural Health Disparities Graduate Certificate Online Program, which has graduated by July 31st, graduated 52 graduate health professionals who have specific expertise in ethnic and rural health disparities. If you go to our website, and I hate to do this promotion, but you go to the website and just Google Ethnic and Rural Health Disparities Graduate Certificate Program, you'll see the website. And I've been very fortunate to come and to provide the expertise and insight and the skills to my medical and public health professionals who completed the program, completed the 4 courses, making an impact. They are physicians now. They are public health directors, not just in North Carolina, but across the country. And this is a program that fits the needs of our current academic environment, which everything is virtual and online. Again, I started this when online programming was thought to be way in the future, and I said I needed to implement it then. But what did I receive when I actually created it and tried to implement it and introduce it into this? I got pushback. Wow. Pushback. Which is not necessary. And of course, the reason why I got pushed back, because here I am as an African American professional, and unfortunately many people do not think that an African American professional can create something new and try to keep many of us at a certain level not at a director level, not something created at a higher level, but just push us back and keep us in place. I was not going to stand for it. I knew what was happening. But I did receive pushback. And I want to remind folks that you do receive pushback when you're creating something new in a system that is not used to having individuals like myself creating something new. So I received pushback. Another prime incident that happened, not just my Ethnic and Rural Health Disparities Graduate Certificate online program, but even a course on race and ethnic relations. Again, this happened at other universities, but it really happened here too, where I felt the need to teach our undergraduate students here at this university more about how to get along with people who look different than you. After being here for 15 years, I realized, wow, the student population, they're fragmented. They're scared of each other. There's more diversity happening. But many of the students are just hesitant to connect with one another. So that is the major criteria why I developed this class. And matter of fact, this class is just so fun to teach now. Again, it's the fourth year, and this past semester it was really a great class. I really enjoyed my students, who of all different backgrounds, and they just highlighted the need and their interest of talking about understanding, evaluating how to get along with other people who were different than them. They were waiting for this opportunity. However, and that was just this past. But when I approach, here we go. When I approach my peers, fellow faculty at a undergraduate curriculum committee to present this class, to introduce it and get it in the system as a formal class, and sitting there during that meeting, I remember it so vividly. And here I am at this desk. Now just visualize this with me. Just visualize it. Let's stop right here. Just visualize this. I go to the meeting. I'm sitting at this desk. I look around in this large room, and there's 20 to 30 professors of all different expertise, and they are part of the undergraduate curriculum committee. And I look around, I see a couple of individuals, persons of color, and here I am, this African American male, presenting this race and ethnic relations undergraduate class to the college. And during this session, I presented my syllabus, what I wanted to accomplish in this class, and presented my expertise as an anthropologist, as a scholar, as an individual who has taught this class elsewhere, but I felt like I had a different perspective to this class as an anthropologist. Because as an anthropologist, we go deeper, we get individual, we do qualitative understanding of the issue as opposed to other experts. So that's how I presented the class, and it is desperately needed. And I thought with my experience as a full professor, my colleagues would understand that. However, during that meeting, I received so many, to me, silly questions. So many silly questions. Such as, tell us the real reason why you feel like you're qualified. And I answered. First I paused. I said, the real reason. And I answered politely. And then The committee said, we've already have courses like this. What will you provide more? What additional expertise is this needed? And I politely answered the question. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, okay, where's this going? Keep on going. And what other expertise do you provide? And I'm thinking, trying to be politically correct, I basically had to say, as an African American male, a life experience, my perspective is desperately needed because there's no one other like me teaching this class at the university. There is no one else like me teaching this, wanting to teach a class entitled Race and Ethnic Relations at this university now, and in the department now, and in the college now. No one. And I didn't want to say, hello, yes, I am an African American male. I shouldn't have to say this, and I didn't. I said, wake, I'm just looking at them, wake up. And you could see the reaction from the committee was dumbfounded. I received pushback from the committee of trying to get this important undergraduate course on the books. I received pushback from my peers who doubted my expertise, who doubted my years of experience at other larger universities. That's larger universities than the one I'm at now. So I received pushback from those who I thought were on my side, but when they're on the committee, they were not on my side. Now, granted, there were some that I saw the smiles, and they nodded their heads, and they recognized the need for it. There were definitely several who recognized the need for it immediately. But I would say, initially, many of them did not see the need for it, and I received pushback for trying to create something new, to go beyond than what is given to my students on a regular basis. And I wanted to give my life experiences as a black male, African American male, to younger students here in 2020 and beyond, so they can get more reality base of real life before they get out in the real world. Hello. But I received pushback from my peers who are different than me, but who are my peers. Well, anyway, fortunately, the class was approved. But it was unfortunate to go through that type of pushback at a meeting, at a curriculum committee meeting a few years ago. And that's what happened. That's the theme. And then I realized, guess what? This has happened to me continuously throughout my career. And I encourage each and every one of you, when you're creating something new, when you are thinking beyond the norm, thinking beyond the masses, continue to push it forward. Unfortunately, expect the pushback from those who completely don't understand, who are scared, who are apprehensive of people of color creating new activities, new endeavors, new programming. It still is happening in 2020. Don't fool yourself. And it's going to continue to happen again and again and again. So don't be afraid of the pushback that you receive from others. And lo and behold, you're going to be surprised by sometimes your close friends don't recognize what you're attempting to do. And you will receive pushback from your closest friends too. So that is one. This is a show that I had to do. And it's just a recurring thing throughout my career. And I can see that college students who attempt to, as well as college students who try to do step out of the norm of what regular college students do and try to be a leader, try to understand you will receive pushback, and yet also recognize that you have to continue to move forward, be politically correct, yes, but sometimes you just push forward. You're going to make people feel uncomfortable. That's okay. You're going to make people feel uncomfortable. But recognize pushback will occur and you have to move forward. Simple as that. So there you go. This is show number 37. Broadcast show 37 is entitled Pushback. I am Dr. B. I want to thank all our listeners. Please send me an email at ejb678@gmail.com. That's right, ejb678@gmail.com. I want to thank our sponsors, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Spotify. I want to thank Podbean, and again, iHeartRadio. We are still moving forward. Have a great 2020, everyone. Have a great 2020. We're moving along during this summer, getting ready for fall semester, getting ready for the entire academic year, 2020 and 2021. But again, move forward. Go beyond the pushback in life. Peace out, folks. We out.